Okay, ja, let's go. Mit dem Journal jedes weiter, ja, oh hey, ja, oh him. Wie ein Millionär werde ich reden, nicht wie ein Mensch aus der Gosse, ja, hey, ja, Yes, I have perfect clarity about my clients' meta programs. Towards and away from internal and external locus of control. Possibility versus necessity. Matcher versus mismatcher. Self, others, details. Process versus outcome. Convincer strategy. Convincer. Generality or specificity. Convenience or cost. Past or future. My client has a system for evaluating. I am providing massive value to my client by changing his behavior patterns. I am providing massive value to my client by changing his feeling patterns. I am providing massive value to my client by changing his thought patterns. Feeling. I am being in the behavior of someone who receives. I categorize for beliefs, feelings, thought patterns, fantasies, desires, fears, things that make him laugh, tactics that worked so far in the interventions. I test and double down on what works, like he did with describing to her the thoughts and inner states, because Alicia said she lives in her head. From tomorrow onwards, I am a master of the 7 steps of lasting change. Amen. I pay attention to what I respect about my client, his top 2 human needs, his model of the world, his fuel of choice. Every intervention I am paying attention to my client's top 2 human needs. Top. I am paying attention to the most positive and most challenging pattern. The pain is coming from my client's wounds, like Aranza, the abandonment wound. I pay attention to what I respect in my client. I pay attention to the words, metaphors, and logical belief structures that I am immediately perceiving in my client. March 21st. For every client, I know exactly what is driving him. The top 2 human needs. What is getting in the way? For what is getting in the way, I am applying the 7 master steps. I understand and appreciate my client's world, his blueprint, his life circumstances, and the reward-punishment system, in brackets. Bracket. Parenthesis. I can change that for a change of life circumstances. Hey, 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 let's go into the drive and drive it deep. I'm driving it deep into my nervous system. Yahoo, hey, yahoo, hey, 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 I create massive psychological leverage onto my client. I interrupt the pattern. I define the one most challenging pattern in solvable terms. I create an empowering alternative. I condition the pattern. I relate it to an empowering environment and a higher purpose. My client has something that he wants. I immediately perceive my client's needs that are underneath, dash. What is it that he wants and needs that he is not getting, dash. In that the greatest area of value provision is found. I am finding out what it is that my client wants and needs, dash. In the worst frustrated, dash, often denied need, dash. Denied need. There lies the largest opportunity for value provision for my client. In my coaching and with my test clients, I am learning and mastering the art of life coaching to teach this to the AI, dash. Dash. For that, I am becoming a master of psychological profiling. I am teaching the same dataset to all the AI agents for content creation, etc. There will be AI agents for profiling, for content creation, for automation, for client intake, for client aftercare. All these are fed by the same data set. I am putting all non-effective life coaches out of business by developing a solution that solves people's problems, teaming up with Tony Robbins, getting access to all of his interventions, and giving the unemployed life coaches an opportunity to facilitate spiritual awakening for people. Dash long-term decision. That sounds good. Yes, I'm immediately perceiving my client's most challenging pattern. Dash. What is getting in the way of having his needs met? Question mark. I am resolving that with the 7 master steps. I am resolving beliefs formed in the past through conversational belief change. That pattern that is getting in the way can be changing the blueprint. Changing the most valued needs, like in the intervention with Vanessa. Changing the blueprint story for Vanessa. Or in the intervention with Shalini. Or changing the fuel of choice, like in the intervention with Vanessa. For every value that people want to attain, I ask whether it is the blueprint or the life conditions. Habits, actions, feelings, thoughts that need to change. For the life conditions, it is feelings, habits, actions, thought patterns. For Gary Breaker, he changed his behavior, feeling, and habit patterns. I always understand and appreciate my client's world in every intervention. Yes, I appreciate and understand Bob's world. Yes, I appreciate and understand Vanessa's world. Yes, I appreciate and understand Prema's world. Yes, I understand and appreciate Shalini's world. And appreciate Shalini's world. Yes, I understand and appreciate Shalini's global belief system. Yes, I understand and appreciate Shalini's identity. Yes, I appreciate and understand Shalini's value system, what she links pain and pleasure to. Yes, I understand Shalini's rules of what needs to happen to meet her values that are there to meet her needs. Yes, I appreciate and understand Shalini's vehicles, the things she uses to meet her needs. Yes, I understand and appreciate Shalini's situation-specific beliefs. Yes, I understand Shalini's meta-programs. Yes, I understand and appreciate Shalini's environment and system of punishment and reward. I immediately perceive her most challenging pattern, dash, the pattern that creates the most value for her. Yes, comma, I immediately perceive how to change this pattern with the 7 master steps of lasting change. From understanding and appreciating her global beliefs, I find massive psychological leverage, and I know how to change her global beliefs through leveraging her top 2 human needs. From understanding and appreciating her identity, I find massive psychological leverage and also an area of value provision of the pattern of identity getting in the way of what she wants. From understanding her values, I find massive psychological leverage by showing the consequences of this value and how it will be pervasive and permanent, and I find opportunities for value provision. From understanding and appreciating Shalini's rules, I find massive psychological leverage to change her most challenging pattern. From understanding Shalini's vehicles, I gather her deepest fears that give me massive psychological leverage to change. From understanding Shalini's situation-specific beliefs, I get leverage and find out exceptions in her behavior for leverage and provide value through reassurance. From understanding and appreciating Shalini's meta-programs, I gain the insight on how to talk to her. I define the problem in solvable terms by specifying what the problem not is, comma, then redefine what it is. In defining what the problem not is, I take away the perception of pervasiveness and permanence. Then I create an empowering alternative by buying resources, bringing resources from other areas of strength and competence to this situation. I showcase and forecast the life that he is going to have that is going to meet all of his needs. I condition the new empowering alternative and test it. I reinforce it with the pleasure of his top 2 human needs being met, comma, employ the techniques of addressing concerns and suspicions. Even though that does not mean to chunk down generalization. In the conditioning phase, I stack functions and apply more leverage as well as redefining beliefs and changing the connections. Alright, that was very, very good. Every day, a little bit more insights. Yes, we're getting through this. I am getting through this. Yes, it is easy. Yes, it is easy. Yes, it is easy. Yes, it is easy. I enjoy the process of going through my journal. I'm making massive progress today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. I am making massive progress today and tomorrow in going through my journal and making content. And now we go and drink a coffee and send our LinkedIn requests for this week. It's great. We can do that. And we will.